Good afternoon. Welcome back to ExpatCrib. My name is Ian, and today we're going to do a little bit of a different neighborhood tour. The neighborhood we're going to be seeing today is actually in the neighborhood of Tesoro, but we're going to see Tesoro Mall. And the reason why malls in Medellin, in Poblado specifically, are important is because this is a hilly area. And you want to be close to goods and services like Mall Tesoro, or Mall Santa Fe or Oviedo, or Mall San Diego, and also Premium Plaza. So there's three distinct zones, and we're going to be doing 3 videos covering these areas. But specifically, we're going to be seeing the malls in this areas, and I'm going to tell you what neighborhoods are close to the malls. So today we start at Mall Tesoro. Let's go take a look. All right, here we go. So what I love about Mall Tesoro is that it has pretty much everything you need as far as stores, grocery stores, a lot of popular chains from all over the world, from H&M to North Face to Starbucks to many different stores. Also, a lot of cool places like Crepes and Waffles, one of my favorite Colombian restaurants, and many others. So let's go take a look around. So typically malls in Poblado and other places are been very safe spaces for people to come to, but ironically, when I first came to Medellin about 15 years ago, I remember cars going into the parkade, and then the security guards would check with mirrors underneath the undercarriage of cars to see if there were bombs back in the day. Now that doesn't happen anymore, and just before I came, apparently there was a bomb, and people can correct me on this, that went off, I think in the parking lot of Mall Tesoro. But don't be scared, because yeah, over the years the safety here has improved drastically, and places like the mall have traditionally been safe spaces for people. So that's why you see so many people in the malls here in Colombia, especially in Poblado. And I would say that Tesoro, this mall here, is probably the most high-end mall. Mall Santa Fe is very nice, and also the new mall over by Viva Envigado is really nice too. I think it might be one of the biggest in Colombia. So but check out the view here. Absolutely spectacular views from the mall. And then there's these spaces here with really nice restaurants. You can actually sit right there, work on your laptop, and take in the view. And then over there, Cinemark Colombia, is the movie theaters. They have pretty much everything in this mall. Even a dollar store, Dollar City. Remember, if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. Specific questions on different stores that are here and any information you may need. Where in the world do you get views like this from a mall? So I ran into a bit of a snag. The camera malfunctioned, so I'm gonna finish this tour with my iPhone. So one of the best brunch places right there, El Alma. Really good all day brunch. They're in Mall El Tesoro, they're in Mall Viva, they're in many locations now. But if you're looking for an all-day brunch, up here in Tesoro Mall, that's where you want to go. Right down there in the Zara store, they just redid the whole store. It looks amazing. The one thing about Tesoro Mall is it has some of the main brands that the other malls don't have. Even Santa Fe Mall doesn't have some of the brands like Zara or North Face, or there's a store here called K-Tronics, which is like their version of Best Buy, which is also here. And North Face, I may have said that already, but yeah, there are some brands that are only in Tesoro Mall or Viva and Vigado. So you might want to take note. I think Tesoro actually has the best selection of international brands. So about 7 or 8 years ago, this is the second stage of Tesoro Mall. We'll walk down and you'll see the rest of it. But at one time, Santa Fe was the king, but I think Tesoro is probably the best mall. I think one of the biggest in the city. So right here is the second phase of Tesoro Mall. Like I said, it was built 7 or 8 years ago. Really big area. Before this, they didn't have an area like this to do events and special social promotions in, but now they do. So as I said, Tesoro for me sits as the I would say this is the best mall in the city. Viva and Vigado, again, you could argue one way or the other, but Tesoro, I think, is the king and sits at the top, literally and figuratively, at least in my humble opinion. So if you're looking for a good restaurant in the city, there's locations all over the city. Parmesano, really good franchise here. And then right next to it, you can see Juan Valdez, the Starbucks of Colombia. As I mentioned earlier, K-Tronics is the answer to Best Buy in Colombia. So if you need electronics, it's up here in Mall Tesoro. It's actually, as far as I know, someone can correct me in the comments, the only K-Tronics in a mall, but I could be wrong about that. So let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but there is a K-Tronics also on Avenida Poblado. If you're into ice cream, Modelo is I believe, a franchise that started here in the city of Medellin. Also one of the major brands that you will only find, I think it's in 3 malls here. H&M, super popular brand. Also in Viva and Vigado, and also in a mall across the city in Medellin called Arcadia. Again, sorry for the malfunction of my main camera. We are at the back of Mall Tesoro, which is our final episode of the 4 episodes of the malls in Poblado. Episode number 1, again to recap, Mall San Diego and Premium Plaza. Episode number 2 was Mall Oviedo. Episode number 3 was Mall Santa Fe. Again, one of the biggest malls, but my favorite, which is now I think the biggest in Poblado, at the top in the neighborhood of Tesoro, is Mall Tesoro. Hope you've enjoyed these episodes. This is Ian from ExpatCrib, helping you find your happy place abroad, and we'll see you in the next video.